We're on the air now. We're live.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's break it down.
Get them takes.
Let's get them takes, man, tonight. First take on the Raptors. So, like I said, obviously you can see the thumbnail and everything. It's got OG, Pascal, Masai Ujiri, and I also put Victor Watanabe in there because I didn't know what was going on with this team this year. But the Raptors this year, they're just not looking good. Like, give me your takes on the season. I know, like, we're not even halfway there.
Well, Jeff, honestly, a lot of these players are underperforming, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Gary Trent. Gary Trent's the big one, man. I think he's the X factor for the Raptors. But this year, what the heck's going on with him, man?
Yeah, Gary Trent Jr., honestly, you look at his stats and everything, he's not coming up like the clutch guys he used to be. Like when we got him in the Norman Powell trade, it's just not working out.
Well, Jeff, do you remember when he went on that stretch of 5 or 6 games where he was just on fire last season? He had like 30 plus every game.
Oh yeah, I recall that. Yeah, I remember those times.
He's not catching fired this year, and we're 30 or more games in already, and he just hasn't done nothing.
Yeah, and like I look at his stats, I know he's averaging like 16.9 here, 2 rebounds, 1.4 assists, but just his shooting's off like 43%. I don't know. I'd expect more than that.
Extremely off.
Extremely off. And honestly, if it's the injuries or if it's coaching this year, I really don't know what it is.
I don't know. The Raptors don't look like the Raptors. I honestly had them projected probably about 5th in the East this season. And yeah, I don't know how the season's going right now. That's definitely not going to happen.
No. It's not going to happen. Like, I had us finishing, like, you know, I knew we were going to make, like, past the play-in or around there, I thought, looking at the start of the season. But, like, now we're in 10th right now. And if we drop this game tonight to the Nets, then I think we're in, like, big trouble for sure.
You never know with tonight because the Knicks, they just knocked off the Warriors the other night, hey, by what? Like, almost 35, 40 points or something crazy.
Yeah, that's great. But the Nets are like, I don't know, they're built differently this year. Like, I think they know what they're doing. And if we look at the chat here, like this NBA fan says, trade Fred, OG, and Spicy P. What do you think about that take?
Oh, trade Fred, Spicy P, and OG. That's crazy. But honestly, I think we could get pretty good deals out of those players for sure.
I think so.
I don't know if we trade OG. I don't know about that one, but I think Fred should be on the table. I don't know, man. He just hasn't been, you know, the player that everyone's wanted him to be, and I don't know. It's weird. At least Siakam's doing stuff this year. He's putting up some numbers this year, which is really good. Yeah,
it's good for Siakam and stuff. Like in that trade comment, like if we do get rid of like OG Anunoby, I feel like I know he's injured always, and like when he is healthy, maybe that's when you deal him. But you know, he's back on the injured log, like he's on the injury sticks. It sucks this year. I know he's a good small forward. I always liked him, and they tried comparing him as Kawhi, but I just don't see it anymore. Like Pascal's actually, like you said, Pascal's looking good this year.
Oh yeah.
Pascal for sure. I agree with Pascal. He is stepping up, like with all the criticism. Like he's been having 38 games. Like he's averaging 25. I think that's an all-star.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I mean, like we need more than just that on the Raptors to take them to the next level, right? So
yeah, that's true.
We definitely we do need a trade for the deadline for sure.
Yeah, for sure at the deadline. Like I don't know if like we're gonna be buyers or sellers. I think like wait till then, and then like. You know, if we're like in the middle of the pack, then maybe keep our players. But I still think we're lacking like maybe that one more bench player, or I don't know. Like Scotty Barnes is looking good this year. Like, what's your take on him?
Scotty Barnes, I think he's gotten injured quite a few times this season, and it's throwing him off. I don't think he's as good necessarily as last year yet, just maybe because of injuries, but. In the last little bit of the season, I guess we'll see exactly what's going on when he's fully healthy and ready to go. I'm pretty sure he had a knee injury a little bit ago, and he had some other type of injury, I think, right now.
Yeah, that's the only thing with his injury status. Now, how about Fred though? On the other hand, like, do you think Fred's performing?
I don't think Fred is doing what we need Fred to do. You know, coming in and day out, dropping 20 plus. That's kind of what we need him to do on a night to night basis, just like Siakam. If we have those two, and then we have a couple other contributors, like we're pretty damn good. But right now, it's just like it's not happening. It's like Siakam's dropping 30 plus, whatever, and then Fred's not playing too well. Like we need them both to play very good at the same time. We need OG to have a decent amount of shots. We need Gary Trent to actually hit some shots, and then everything will go smooth. But until then, I think we're definitely looking at the trades and all that stuff.
Yes. Another one here coming in from Alex here. He says trade for Luca. How would you feel about that one if we did that? If we pulled the trigger?
Pulling the trigger for Luca, honestly, I heard about that one. That one would be freaking crazy, but I don't think that one would ever happen, right?
That'd be crazy, yeah. And like, I'd love to see it, but I don't feel like any superstar wants to come to Canada. But you never know, right? Like anything's possible.
Yeah, man. Like Luca would be so awesome on the Raptors, man. That'd be just amazing because that's one guy who just what you're getting when you have him on the court, right?
Yeah.
He almost never plays bad. Almost never.
No,
And
like
when he does that, it's like once in like every 25 games or something. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, he's averaging 32 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 8.6. He's always like his numbers every game go up. It seems like he's always playing well with the team.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I think in Dallas, he just doesn't have enough support down there. Like he's got a few pieces, but nothing special.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, what are you really going to trade in Dallas to get him something better, right? Like Dallas has a decent amount of okay role players, but I don't think anyone's really going to make some trades to make Dallas better, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't think they're really going to get much better than what they are right now.
That's true. Emily says, "What's up in the chat?" Noel says, "Trade Fred and OG." Yeah, like we discussed that. They're like, I kind of view now Fred as the Kyle Lowry as the team, but maybe it's time to move on. Yeah, like you said, if they don't do it, then sure, pull the trigger.
If they're not producing, man, I don't know what his contract is right now, but I think it's definitely a little bit too much for what he's doing on the team this year.
Yeah, I'll just pull that up here. Fred VanVleet, his contract here, and we can break it down and see like. Do you think these guys got like overpaid like once we won the championship maybe too? Like a lot of pressure for them or
well, I mean that's the thing with the NBA is once you have a couple of good seasons, you're almost bound to make a lot of money, right? And that's not really very good as a franchise when you're spending that much money. I definitely think players should definitely like earn it, like in real life, right? Where you start at minimal and then you work your way up through a company or whatever, just like the Raptors, our organization, right?
Yeah.
I definitely don't think guys should be making 12 million over a couple of years and then all of a sudden have a couple of good seasons and then they get offered a 5-year supermax contract, $200 million, right? I don't think that should ever happen, especially in the case of like someone like Fred, a guy who we don't know what he's going to do in like every game, right? Like we can't rely on him to drop 20 plus every night. So
yeah, no, that's true. And then one of the guys says in the comment, the 6'9" experiment is done. I'm not sure. Like, do you know what he's relating to on that one?
6'9" experiment is done.
I'm
I don't
not
know about that one. Maybe like the yin yang of the team. Maybe that means like Fred and Siakam.
Yeah,
experiment? I'm not sure.
Maybe. Do you think it's too late though to tank for the number 1 pick? Like, I don't see us getting it personally.
Jeff, that's a tough one, man. I don't either, man. I think we just play it out. Like, I really don't think we even got a shot at him. So
no,
but wouldn't that be something though? Eh?
That would be something.
Victor would be freaking nuts.
Yeah, he'd be good. He'd be good. Merrick says, "What's up, NBA fans here?" Emily just thinks that this is crazy. Oh, I don't know about this one. NBA fans says Curry wants to be a Raptor. I don't see it. Do you?
Curry wants to be a Raptor. Man, I don't know who told that guy what, but gosh, I don't know about that one, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's staying there.
I don't think so. I think he wants to stay with Golden State, eh?
Yeah, I think they're a championship caliber team over there. Someone brought up the Kevin Durant rumors here. Do you think he should come now?
Honestly, I definitely heard of the KD rumors, man. And I think the Nets should give it one more shot this year and see how good they do. I think last year was kind of a crappy end to their season against the Celtics and stuff, and it kind of showed their weaknesses. And them not having too many role players and good bench players and whatever. But I think they should run it back this season, see what happens. If nothing really good comes out of it, then hey, KD might be on the block, man.
Yeah, KD could be on the block. Who would you trade for Kevin Durant, honestly?
Man, I think we would have to give up something really good. But the thing is we do have people who do have higher value, right? So, we could put OG in there, put freaking Fred in there, and a couple other guys, and maybe they would fight on it. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah. How would you like this trade? Another guy says Fred VanVleet for Tyler Hero on Miami.
Fred VanVleet for Tyler Hero. That's actually that's a decent trade. Honestly, I would really have to think about that one. Tyler Hero, when he kept his fire, he is ridiculous. He is a very good player, but I'm just not sure if he has the floor general kind of experience that Fred does, right? So
yeah,
it would be really tough to decide on that one. But Hero, man, if he keeps catching fire and getting better, like you don't know what the ceiling is for that guy, right?
Yeah, I know he averages 21 points and like he's only been in the league for almost 3 years. But I think he's got potential, like you said. Like when he's on. Like even when the Raptors play, he kills us. Like
yep, for sure.
He's one guy I sort of wish that would be nice to get on the block. Now, would you do a Fred for him swap? I mean, it's possible. It just depends if our management wants to pull the trigger. Dominant here says, oh, so about that one, sir, it wasn't Steph Curry, it was Seth Curry. How would you like Seth Curry coming off on the Raptors?
Seth Curry. Yeah. If Seth Curry wanted to become a Raptor, I would be all for it, to be honest. I think he's a player that doesn't really get enough recognition because obviously he's in the shadow of his brother, right? But I think he's a pretty good player, honestly. I think he can shoot the three really well. I think he really could really bring something to the Raptors because I think that a few of the guys they brought in have just not done it, man.
Yeah,
shooting wise, anyways.
Yeah, it's shooting wise, and free throws. I'm noticing like a lot of games I do turn on to watch the Raptors. We miss so many free throws, and I don't know like how that happens because you think they'd practice that every day at practice, but I guess you're bound to miss one, but not all the time.
Yeah, I've noticed that too with the Raptors over the years for sure. They haven't had too many guys who've been automatic with their free throws, which is pretty unfortunate, right? So that'd be nice to get someone who could actually make them, eh?
Yeah. Do you think coaching's the issue, or like Nick Nurse and stuff too?
Is Nick Nurse the issue? That's a really tough question to answer, honestly. I think he is partly to blame, but I also think the GM probably is partly to blame, just because, like, they're the ones bringing players in and out, right? So, partly blaming everyone on this one, but yeah, the players just gotta play better, man. Like, I don't really have much to say about that one. I mean, hopefully, we'll see at the trade deadline what happens with the coaches and the GM talking about what's going to happen, but we just gotta wait and see, honestly.
Yeah, that is really questionable. Who is sort of up and coming that you think still got potential and you would not trade away on the Raptors? Like looking at the roster as of today.
Okay. Who's up and coming who I think has potential? Well, okay, this is a very hard question, honestly. I don't know, but Malachi Flynn, I'm not sure about him, man. Like, there's some points I'm like, trade this bum away, and then other times I'm like, hey, if we give this guy minutes, like maybe he could replace Fred. Like I've seen some times where he's gone off when he's gotten minutes, right? When Fred hasn't been in the lineup. There was a stat last year where when Fred wasn't in the lineup and Malachi Flynn got inserted in with the same amount of minutes, that Flynn actually played a decent amount better than when Fred was in the lineup. So that kind of shows a little something. Hey, maybe Malachi Flynn's flying under the radar a little bit, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think Malachi, like you said, has got potential here, but I just don't think he gets enough playing time here. Like, because Nurse just runs his starters and runs them, and then to the ground they're tired. And but you got to play your bench. Like in today's NBA, you look at everybody else; they'll run their bench. I know you need the starters, but up to a certain point, maybe, because then they're gassed.
I'm also interested in Coloco, the new guy we just got. I haven't seen too much of the Raptors playing this year because of, their crappy season. I haven't been watching as much, but I'm excited to see how he develops for sure. See if we got
Coloco.
another, steal of a pick there.
Yeah. Do you think the center's been fits now, like with that Coloco and Birch there, or?
Oh, that's man, you're just asking all the tough questions tonight. Cam Birch, man, like I don't know, man. Like sometimes I think he's really a part of the team, and then other times I'm just like, why is this guy on the team? You know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I know he's had his times, in the Magic's organization. And like I just don't know. Like I liked Kem Birch, but I just don't know if like is he the right center for us? And like everyone's gonna say, oh, center we're lacking every year. Do you think that's been fits though? Like with Coloco now and
Well, I mean, he's so young, right? Like, I don't think he has the experience to be like a, he's not like, like a Zion on the Pelicans where like he's just gonna come into the league and just be dominant because he's that good, right? Like Coloco's not that good.
no.
He's gotta get better. He's gotta get more developed and stuff, and then maybe you could say that. But he kind of reminds me of once he gets more developed, maybe more of like a Bismack Biombo kind of thing on the Raptors, which was like, it was okay. He was pretty decent, but like, he wasn't like even like a DeMarcus Cousins or anything. Where DeMarcus Cousins, he, in his prime, he was pretty damn good, right? But Coloco, we just gotta wait and see. But I would for sure, if anything, man, I just wish we had JV back.
Oh
JV would be like, can you imagine that? We got JV back, we wouldn't even have this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even when we won that championship, like it would have been nice to have JV over here. I still miss him for sure. And yeah, he's averaging 13 points there with the Pelicans. Not too bad. 9.3 rebounds. And that's what I think we're lacking, the rebounds for sure in every game.
Oh, every game, yeah. That's right. Yeah, for sure. And then them Pelicans, man, like I told everyone at the start of this season here, I was like, you better watch these Pelicans. Like they're gonna be pretty good this year. And they are, man. They're really taking off and they really have a decent team.
Yeah, I know they're in third place, like almost behind the Grizzlies and the Nuggets. So yeah, they'll be good for sure. I think they have an up and coming future for sure. Yeah, as I see Malachi, like he's getting a little bit of playing time tonight in New York, which is good, I think, because you got to play him. How about Thaddeus Young? Did you ever like the acquisition when we picked him up? I think when we did that deal.
I like him, but I don't know. Like if we got someone better, it would be okay. Because I mean, Thad Young, he's heading into what? How old is he? 36, 37 now.
Yeah, his age is like going up there for sure.
He's aging. He's not getting technically better, right? Because he's already been in the league for what, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely moving up.
So like he's on his way out, but I mean, if he's doing enough to mentor the young guys and it's really paying off, then whatever, keep him on the team. Just like the guy in Miami, I forget his name, but
yeah,
however long, right? But all he's doing is basically being another coach on the team, and if that's valuable and they're gonna pay him millions to do it, then whatever, right? So
sure. No, that is true. Like, how about that Juancho Hernandez or Homo Gomos?
Oh yeah. Honestly, when we picked him up, I heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about him. I haven't seen too much of him playing just because, as I said, I haven't been really watching Raptors games too often this year because of the season, how lackluster it's been. I haven't really seen too much from him, but I believe in him. I really do. I just don't know like what he's been capable of doing. Uh, Maybe you can answer that question a little better than me since you've been watching probably a bit more.
Yeah, like I know he's in his sixth season. He is like a power forward, so I guess you could run him at like maybe the 4 or the 5 if necessary. That's like if you really, really need a center. Like in that case, he's got the length, I think, and the height because like he is 6'9" and he's like 214, so he's built all right, you could say. But like, yeah, when I heard that news, I was just unsure what we were getting because I didn't know how much like teams used him. Right, he wasn't really too much known in the league. Like he started his career in Denver, they played him there, but and Minnesota, but then Boston, San Antonio, Utah, he just didn't have enough playing time, and maybe because other players were better than him and roster spots, you just never know. And like now, I notice he's starting once in a while just because injuries are killing us. But I mean, give him a shot. Yeah, give him a shot. Another guy I thought would be really good on the Raptors, and like he's been down pretty much. Otto Porter Jr. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, we don't see him very often.
No.
Hey, what's been going on with him?
The last news I heard was he's just been out since November 14th with a hip injury. So he must have got cranked or something. I didn't see that when he got hurt, but I barely see him in any lineups when I turn on the game, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I know he can shoot the three. I know he has that pedigree to win too because of his championship in Golden State, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm banking on him, man. I would not give him the cold shoulder yet.
No, for sure. Like I like his defense, and like you said, he can shoot around the perimeter because we don't have too many guys that can do that off our bench for us, and that's what I think we're lacking for sure. Like,
You know what I say? I say just let Chris Boucher let him fly, man.
yep,
Because these other guys aren't getting it done, man. And Chris Boucher, you know, man, that dude, like every time you watch him shoot it, you're like, okay, like it might go in, it might not go in, but like he hits them, man. He hits some threes. He really does.
yes, I love him.
For a big guy like that, he can really shoot.
Yeah. Do you think like if he had a little bit more weight onto him, he'd be like always in the boards, like grabbing rebounds, or like do you think he's lacking his build, sort of?
I don't necessarily think so. Like at the start, I might have like because you know all the really skinny guys,
Yeah.
you know that's all they say really is gain 20 pounds, gain 30 pounds, and you'll be better and all this. But you know, I mean, it's good for the overall body with the joints and stuff. You got more tissue around your joints so that you don't get injured as much, right? But the thing is like Chris Boucher, how he plays and stuff is just like he's fine being skinny. I think, in my opinion, like him shooting threes and stuff, it looks fluid, man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if he gained weight, yeah, he would be able to take a little bit more to the body and all this stuff. But I really do think that if it slows him down and it doesn't make him as fluid in his shooting or like him trying to go up for the rebounds and all this stuff, like I don't think it's really worth it.
Yeah. No, like I said, like Boucher, ever since he made the roster, I think Golden State might have made a mistake there, but I guess at the time, not enough playing time, and then with the Raptors, he just did so well. Once he got developed well in the G League, the trainers and everybody helped him out. I think for sure, all the years he had.
I think he's an explosive guy for how skinny he is, which is really dangerous. I think I think if he really wanted to, he can really drive to the rim and really explode because he's really tall and lanky. He's got that reach on him. So
yeah, no, it's looking good right now for Raptors. They're up there 47-39, almost halftime. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a close game. They shoot a few threes. They're back in it. James Harden, like, would you want him on the team? Someone asked in the comments there.
James Harden is a tough one because I remember at the start of the season I was really paying attention to how he was playing, and he was playing really well. I don't know if you even saw many games of James Harden, but at the start of the season it looked like he was playing MVP Harden, man, from a few years ago or 4 or 5, 6 years ago, whatever his MVP season was. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he looked like he was in MVP form, and then he got hurt, man.
Oh yeah, that
and
injury.
now I haven't heard too much from him, but I hope he really gets back to that. And if he plays like that, I could like I would want him on the Raptors. But I don't want that soft Harden who is always looking for the the fouls
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I want the strong Harden, the guy who's he's tough, right?
Yeah. No, honestly, like, yeah, he definitely would help out the core maybe, like at the point guard there for sure. And maybe like the guys would just play better around him. And it's just tough to say, but I just don't think the 76ers are going to like give him away, right? Because I think that's their caliber team, right? With Tobias and Embiid over there. Embiid's another big name. Like, I don't think we could afford him, though. Would you want Embiid, though?
I don't think Toronto would want Embiid just based on how he acts when he's in Toronto and how he's always talking and all that, right?
Yeah.
He's always been weird like that for our guys in the playoffs and stuff ever since we beat him in the 2019 2019 with Kawhi. Remember that amazing shot?
Oh yeah, that shot.
Crying and stuff like that. He's gotten a grudge with us since then, right? And then he hit the game winner. What was that, last year, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Eliminated us.
Yeah. That one hurt it, I think, honestly. Like, I just don't know, like, if this Raptor team's another championship team. Like, people probably on the stream are probably think that me saying this is crazy, but I don't know. Like, we have that championship caliber in us, but we just can't perform to it, to the ability.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the points I might have to disagree on, just because I don't think we have genuine leaders who are going to lead us to the championship, and we're going to be able to perform in a big series, big games like that. Like playing a game of 7 in Boston or whatever like that. Like I don't like Boston showed last season against the Nets exactly how much they can bring it, man, and how much they genuinely want it. The Raptors, man, as I said, with all this lackluster stuff from Fred, you never know how much points he's gonna get. These guys aren't consistent at all. It's like a rundown of like the Raptors, 4 years ago when it was the same thing. It was like, what are these guys gonna do this game? Are they gonna play good or are they gonna be horrible? You just don't know.
Yeah. Where do you rank this roster? Like, out of all the years you watched Raptors basketball?
Well, I've only been watching Raptors basketball since I think 2016, so only for 6 years. But the thing is, man, even when DeMar was on the team, that team was fun to watch. Yeah. This team right now, in my opinion, is not very fun to watch. And that's just me, but that's my opinion, man. This team is not very fun to watch.
No, honestly, yeah. Like, I don't see us, like, if we ever had to match up, like you said, against Boston, we couldn't even go past maybe 4 games just because, like, how good they were last year. And they're talented still there over there. Like, adding so much talent there with Tatum, Brown.
Talented.
They're tough.
Very talented, yeah.
So I would not want to go up against them.
With the addition of Brogdon too, man.
Yeah.
Like they are something, man. I think they're coming for that title. They're really coming for that revenge against Golden State.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they look good. I know last year there were a few shots out or a few points out, or maybe they just ran out of gas in the tank. But yeah, they're another top seed, and the East is tough. Like, we've known that. Like, Atlanta's got better. You could even say Indiana's got a young core over there. So, it just really depends on our conference and our division. Some of the games we shouldn't have lost, though, this year, I think. Like, they were just so close. Either one point or just we got outplayed or we just did not management right. Like, our coaching didn't play right or the players just couldn't hit a clutch shot in the right moment.
Yeah, I believe that. But Yeah, Raptors sitting in 10th in the East right now. That's not a good look. And we are, I guess it doesn't show here what we are in the last few games, but I think we're on a 5-game losing streak or 4-game.
Oh, yeah. 6-game losing streak.
Oh, 6?
Shit.
Now. Wow. Unbelievable.
That game against the Magic, I don't know how much you caught it. Do you think we should have got swept by the Magic personally, or?
Man, I'm not sure if. When we played Orlando 10 times.
Yeah.
Like in the span of like a month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I would just look on my phone and I just see highlights and stuff, and I just said, man, if we can't beat this team, like who are we beating, man? Like,
yeah,
terrible, man. It's just not Raptors basketball.
It's not Raptors basketball, and the schedule gets tough. Like, you got Cleveland on Friday, and then LA and Memphis and Suns.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't really see us winning those ones, man. With the way things are going, like,
yeah.
Even you say like LA Lakers or LA Clippers?
LA Clippers there. So
yeah, I don't see us winning against the Clippers. Well, depending on who's playing. I hope Kawhi plays. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I know it's home for the Raptors, so it'd be nice to see him play.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely miss him.
Has Kawhi been back here yet? I'm not sure.
Kawhi, I think he is back. I think he's playing tonight.
Or no, has he been back to Scotiabank?
Oh,
championship or not?
I'm trying to think now since we won the ring and everything. Maybe once, but I don't know if he even suited up for it. So
yeah, probably not, man.
Probably not.
He was playing hurt or something.
Yeah, honestly, I still miss Kawhi, but like, that's the past, right? Like,
yeah, man. When we're 10th and the Pacers are in front of us, the Hawks are in front of us, the Knicks are in front of us. The Knicks are in 6th place right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing something this year, which is nice to see when all we've seen from the Knicks is just a bunch of, bad playing, which is weird because they get really good players. Like, they've gotten really good people out of the draft the last, whatever many years, and then with Julius Randle coming in, like, he's a good player, he's pretty damn good. And then there's RJ Barrett too, right?
So, yeah, RJ Brunson too, coming over from Dallas.
Yeah, but they overpaid that guy so much. I don't know what his contract was, but I remember when they announced the trade for him and stuff, it was something dumb. It was like 4 years, $90 million. I would not pay that for him.
No,
he's
I don't think so. Good. No, he's only like a bench player anyway. Like, yeah, he starts, but he's more coming off the bench for you. And he can shoot, and I get it, but like, yeah, I think the Knicks they always overpay players, even if they're good. Just that's their kind of management over there. So, but yeah, no. That's, like I said, Raptors got the lead into halftime, 63-53. Like, I'm a little shocked, honestly. Do you think that's enough points, though, into halftime, like 63, or should they be hitting more than that?
I'd like them to hit more than that. That's, pretty above average, right? Like 63 points and a half is,
Yeah, like, someone said in the chat, Butterfly, the Nets and the Warriors game is 91-51, but the Nets are beating them.
91-51 right now?
Right now.
At halftime?
At halftime.
No way.
Yeah. Well, I think Warriors have
91 points at halftime.
Jeez. Yeah, 91.
Oh my gosh, that's right. What the heck
is
going on?
What's going on?
What happened? Did KD just catch fire or something, or what?
21 points for KD right now. Royce O'Neal.
8 or 9. 21 points.
Yeah.
Very good.
21, 14, 10.
And everyone else is shooting efficiently. See, that can happen, man. When people are shooting efficiently like that, like look at the average field goal percentage.
Oh yeah,
that is definitely above 60. So
yeah, I know. You look at our percentage right now. We're hitting 54, 27 for 50.
27 for 50.
Jeez.
Not bad, but it's not terrible.
No, it's not too bad. I feel like if you want to win, you got to be hitting.
Samples got 26 points in the first half, 15 shots, 11 in. Not bad.
Not bad. I feel like if you want to win, though, you got to at least hit over like 60. Or even each quarter, you should be hitting around 60. 70 maybe is a little bit too high. But, yeah, if your player's on fire, then for sure you should be hitting that. Like, you shouldn't be under, like, 40. Because if you're under 40, then you got a problem for sure. And it's like our road record's terrible this year. 3-12. Like, I don't know what's – are we just not that good on the road?
I don't know what's going on the road. Maybe they're just getting the jitters or something, but that's weird because last year they were better, right? So,
yeah, I thought last year they had a better road record. So, where we're sitting this year. But I think, like, the Warriors have, like, injuries over there, right? Like, Curry,
yeah, they
Wiggins.
have some, a couple. Not many,
No.
though, I think, right? Like,
no, they shouldn't have all their guys down. But, yeah, getting killed, that's tough right now. Because, yeah, we just played the Warriors. So
I guess Klay Thompson's not playing tonight or Curry.
Oh, that's a big factors.
Those are big factors, but I think they'd definitely still be losing. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, if you don't have those guys in the squad, no, I don't see them winning.
Yeah, they're down 40 right now, which is just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It's terrible. And it's hard to come back. Like, do you think the Raptors are a comeback team? I just don't see it this year.
Are they a comeback team? No.
No.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not. We just can't. One thing we couldn't do that. Were we like that, though, in the 2019 season, like when we won? Or
were we a comeback? I think we were still doing that thing. You know how the Raptors always do that thing where it's like, it literally seems like they're waiting for the other team to catch up. And then they want to go like basket for basket for a little bit and make it so entertaining and so like, gut wrenching. And then they pull it out in the end kind of thing. This year they don't have that. They seem to not be able to pull out the W in the clutch moments.
Yeah, it's like they don't have, like you said, like somebody clutch that can just hit their shots down, like how we used to have Kawhi, or like in that run, we at least had players. And then we had a really good bench. I think our bench is very young this year, and it just doesn't get enough chemistry together too, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with the chemistry part. I definitely believe that it's not there. You know what? The one thing that I'm kind of mad about is that what happened to DJ Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
He was a decent player to be on the Raptors, hey?
He was.
Do you agree?
No, I
DJ Wilson was all right. Hey?
I thought so. Like when he played here. Like,
yeah, and they just decided not to sign him or what?
Yeah, they just didn't want to bring him back. Like, he would have been on it. I could have kept him, or they should have kept him on a cheap contract, or even send him down to a G League if you can't afford the guy. Get him some experience down there. But
well, it was weird because he, remember last year, whenever it was, he signed the 10-day contract, right? And he was playing all right when he hurt his knee or something, and he was out, and the Raptors released him. It was like, okay, whatever. But then they brought him back this year for a second time, and I thought he played all right, and I think that dude really has some potential, but I don't know where he ended up. Where did he go?
Oh, he's in Oklahoma City G League now.
Oh, okay. So at least he found somewhere to play.
That's true. Good for him, because he's all right. Like, I definitely think he'd be good.
Yeah, I really think that in a few years, the Raptors are going to be kicking themselves in the butt.
Yeah.
I wish we would have signed him, because I really think that right now, especially with the Raptors doing as bad as they are, he would be a really good fit. That's what I really think.
No, I agree. So, like, looking at this year's team and, like, the schedule, who really scares you, like, in the NBA when the Raptors are suited up in a game, either if it's home or away?
Which teams?
Yeah, which teams scare you the most?
Which teams scare me the most? Well, we can start with the East teams first.
Yeah.
Sixers, Celtics, and Bucks. Those are always the classic ones for the last couple or 2 or 3 years, right? Those guys are always scary, like Bucks especially. You know, if Giannis plays good, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like what it is. You know, the dude can get 40, 15, and 15 if he wants to almost every night. Celtics, you know, they got the tandem, right? They got Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Those two play good and they're on. No one's beating them. You go to Sixers, you know, Tyrese Maxey can catch fire for 40 sometimes. And when he does, no one's beating that team.
Yeah.
Or they have Embiid who can get 40 at any point that he wants as well. And then, you know, Harden's the kind of X factor where it's like if he plays and he plays well, like that even adds more to the Sixers' success, in my opinion. And then they have, you know, Tobias Harris and a couple other shooters, and that makes them very deadly too, I believe.
Yeah, no, I for sure agree with those because that division is tough. You just never know, like, what is going to happen. And the East has got the talent for sure.
Yeah, East has some talent, but I don't know, man. West is very talented too.
Yeah,
like
West too.
If I were the Raptors, I would not want to play. I would not want to play the Clippers. I would not want to play the Pelicans. I would not want to play the Nuggets. I would not want to play even the Blazers are okay.
Yeah.
You know, like I think the West is it's very good and it's competitive. Like look how many wins and losses these teams have, you know, from first place all the way down to, you know, say 11th in the Warriors.
Yeah.
Like they're only 4 games behind first place.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, Warriors have 15, right? 15 wins.
Yeah.
Nuggets have 19 wins, right? So it's very tight in the West.
Yeah. West, I think,
really good teams in there. Besides the, you know, the Rockets and the Spurs, right? Because the Rockets are just, you know, they got nothing going.
Nothing.
Spurs are young guys, so
very young. They're OKC too, right? Like with Dort and Shai.
Sure.
Yeah. I would have liked to get one of those guys, but I don't think the Raptors would do that. It's just
for Oklahoma, it's just unfortunate. Their pick got hurt. Chet something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Whatever his name is, it's just unfortunate. He got that injury and he's out for the whole season there.
That definitely sucks. You're just not going to be the same with that one after drafting a good player. Yeah. But it's definitely unfortunate. Do you think like the Raptors are going to have enough draft picks though, like near down the future, like when we look at this?
I would hope that they do, you know, just based on how management has been over the last few years and how, you know, everyone praises Masai, right, for making really good decisions and stuff. You know, hopefully he lines up some good stuff for us in the near future, because I don't really think, you know, even though we did win a championship not too long ago, like, you know, you want to keep the good times rolling, right? You don't really want to go backwards. So
yeah, and I think like since when Philly hit that game winner against us, like we're sort of going backwards after that. But at least you could say like the Raptors playoff history, like I don't want to be in the play-in, but I guess if that's the only way you're in the playoffs, so be it. I know it's tough, but
yeah, I don't know. I think down the stretch, I'll have to be rooting for some other teams in the playoffs because I don't think the Raptors are going to get too far just based on what's going on.
Yeah. Well, in 2021, we missed the playoffs, and I don't know. Well, that was the Tampa Bay, right? Like when they were in Tampa at the time, and that sucked for sure. Like that was not a good time then. So, and then at least last year they made it, but you know the result wasn't what we wanted them to be.
No, not at all.
No, I definitely think we should have learned from that, but you know, you never know.
Yeah, sometimes people don't learn, right? So
yeah. How about the Nuggets? How far do you see the Nuggets making out this year?
Man, I like the Nuggets. I really do. I really think they got a pretty complete team. Like they do, but I'm not sure if they have that caliber to go all the way, man.
Yeah.
Every year it seems like they get so close, but so far, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, they got
I
good
like their
players.
roster though, man. I really do. I like how they picked up Bruce Brown from the Nets. Dude, that was a steal, man. He is really good.
Oh yeah, that'll be good. Like they're gonna be good, I think, in the future. The Nuggets and like they have Jokic, Murray, Porter, like they're Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, like you mentioned. They're really talented, I think, over there.
They are for sure. I really hope they go far this year.
It'd be nice. It for sure be good for that franchise because can't remember last time. I remember like what was it a few years ago. Like they were almost over the hump, but then they just couldn't beat. I think it was the Clippers or somebody in the bubble there. So they've had their.
That's what it was. Yeah, they
Yeah,
just can't get over that hump. It seems like, but I think this year it might be the year.
it could be. Do you think they make like a big move to get over that hump, or?
I think with the team that they have and the people that they picked up in the offseason, like Bruce Brown, I really think that they will have a shot this year. I do think so.
Yes. No, that would be good for Nuggets fans, like listening and talking about their team. But yeah, no, like if this Raptors team does not turn it around by deadline, I think you're sellers at this point. I mean, you might as well get young kids, right, or young players in return.
I think if for the Raptors, if I'm the GM and stuff like that, I really think that I probably just I try to bring out the big guns and I try to make some crazy trade like we did with DeMar.
Yeah.
Like I really try to get someone really good to come in and just like be that Kawhi that we had in 2019.
Yeah, no, that would be good. Who could you see like a big star coming over to Toronto, or like who would you really want? I guess too.
I mean, stating the obvious, we'd want someone like Kevin Durant. At least me, I'm a Kevin Durant fan, so I would definitely want someone like Kevin Durant. That would be freaking. Yeah, that would be awesome. I wouldn't even care if we didn't win.
Yeah.
Just seeing Kevin Durant in a Raptors jersey and watching him ball out and the Raptors fans cheer for him would just be amazing.
Oh yeah, because when he in the championship, their that injury like killed them. I don't know why the Raptor fans were still booing him then. Like when I think about him, but it's too bad he went down. Like I still think we still would have won that championship. I remember like people were saying all over on Twitter and stuff that if KD played, Warriors would have won. I was like, no, I don't think so. I think it might have been like how many games did that go again? Like when we won it all? 6.
4-2.
Yeah.
We won it in Golden State, which is awesome.
That was awesome. Like we own that.
Best way to win, man, is on another person's court.
Yeah, we own that court now. Right? Ever since we go back to Golden State, I know they're in a different area, but yeah, that court's definitely ours for sure. And
the thing is, Jeff. The thing is with people saying like, if this player would have played, this player would have played, whatever. You want to know what? We could say that for every championship ever, man. Because like, there's always injuries. There's always, what if this happened? What if this guy didn't get hurt in the semifinal and played in the final? Like all this crap, right? Like we could say the same thing about, if Kawhi didn't get hurt, or if freaking Kyrie didn't get hurt, or whoever, man. You can say that for every single year.
Yeah. People always come up with those, like, and it's the present. You gotta go what's in the present, what's right in front of you. Like whoever's out there is out there, I guess, for that game or that championship. And I know Pascal's got a lot of hate, but I mean, did you ever like Pascal like when he came to the Raptors, or like were you unsure about him? I know he had a slump there.
I can definitely be honest and say I did not like Pascal.
No.
I really thought he was just, doing the spin move, and that was the only thing he was going to do. And everyone would put on it and it would be like, oh, this guy's a useless player. He only knows one move or whatever. But I have definitely seen over the years he has improved. I do think he still needs to get better, even though, his numbers are jacked up. Good. But I do believe he still needs to be able to do things that an all-star player would be able to do, like not hitting down those threes, you know. He's already got, the spin moves, the, decent stuff in the paint. He can get what he wants most of the time. But, he's got to add some more stuff to his arsenal there.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, he's got that one spin move, and like that's all pretty much. I think like a lot of he knows in the paint, but I just don't know like why he can't do more, like more moves or like because every team's gonna pick that up. Like we play them, they jot that down in the video or whatever in the film. They're like, yeah, just watch them for that. So it's too bad. Um, and then like today's NBA game has changed. Like a lot of teams shoot three, or like sometimes Fred will just come down. I'm not sure how much this year. Like he'll come over half and just shoot the three. I don't know if he's gassed or like what he's doing, trying to be Curry. I really don't know, but it's weird. Defense, that could be another issue with us, maybe. Maybe our formation we run sometimes. I don't know if we're running the right defense.
The weirdest thing about defense is that, every Raptors fan will say, oh, we got length, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But then it's like, okay, well, then show it playing defense.
Yeah.
If you're long and lengthy and we got length and you're not going to be able to pass the ball past our guys, well, then why aren't we locked in, right? Why
Yeah.
aren't we playing how we should be playing as, everyone's almost 6'8", 6'9"
Yeah.
on the court at all times, right? Besides, Fred.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand. Like if you look right now, we got Siakam, Moji, Hernan Gomez, and Barnes on the court with Fred, right? So
Yeah.
those guys are all taller guys. Why aren't we playing to our caliber that we should be if we got all this length? I don't get it.
Yeah, that I don't get. And it's all right to have one small guy out there, but the rest of the team should be like pounding the glass or like following their shots. Say they miss it on offense, like power. Like, yeah, other teams are bigger than you, but don't be scared. Like you're making millions of dollars to grab a rebound or get some points off the glass. Like for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying is that these guys are not playing up to their contracts, especially
No.
Fred. We gave him a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
A lot of money to be our floor general, to be our glue to the team. But it's even if he's the glue to the team and his performance isn't up there, like he's gotta get it going, man.
Yeah, he has to get it up there.
The big bucks for no reason, man.
No. OG Anunoby, do you feel like he's never healthy every year with us, or?
Well, I mean, you can go online, search up, OG's injuries year by year, and you can check it out. The fact of the matter is that he has not been healthy, and no matter how good a player is, I mean that is definitely a factor, right? Because you need that team chemistry. If you don't play together, how are you gonna get better as a team, right? So it's pretty tough seeing OG, out of the lineup, in the lineup, out of the lineup, in the lineup.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if this guy was just consistently in the lineup and didn't get hurt and wasn't an injury magnet like Anthony Davis, then who knows what the Raptors could be doing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm thinking now. It's like you gotta part ways with like either if these guys are really playing good and like, yeah, they're dominant. I know it would hurt in the trade deadline. Like, why would you trade one of your best players? But and maybe you'll get a good return or a great package. You just never know like how GMs work in today's NBA. And like if OG's hot and he's playing well, then yeah, maybe you ship him off. Or I know it's like you can choose. You got a few guys you can send off. I know you got some inspiring contracts too, so that's another thing you're looking at. But Gary Trent Jr., I think you keep him for sure, don't you?
Gary Trent, man, like I have such high hopes for him. I really do.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, like if I could say who was definitively my favorite Raptor last year, it would definitely be Gary Trent because I have a feeling that like he could be something really great, but it's just crazy how you can just drop 30 plus for 6 games straight kind of thing, or almost 6 games. I think you had 5 and then an off game and then a better game. But like the thing is like he was consistent. He was pretty consistent last year. This year, I don't know what the hell's going through his head, but I don't know if he's like razzle dazzled or what's going on with him, but like he's just not doing it, man. And I want to keep him because I want to give him another shot, another opportunity. But you know, you can only give people so many opportunities before it's like, you know, your trade value's, you know, decently high. Maybe we get something pretty good out of you. So,
Norman Powell, do you miss him or do you like forget about him?
I mean, you can't really forget about him when he had that swap for Gary Trent, right? So it's kind of like you got to think about that. You got to be like, hey, well, you know, would Norman Powell be better at this time than Gary Trent? You know, you kind of got to weigh, you know, their age, their experience. You know, Gary Trent being a young guy, man, he's only 23. Yeah. Believe it or not. I mean, he does not look 23. He looks a bit older than that, but he is 23. Norman Powell's probably upwards of 29, 30, 31 maybe.
Yeah.
So I think age definitely had a factor in that trade where, you know, Gary Trent has a lot of he's got a decent amount of time to grow. You know, OG's only 25 too, right? So obviously OG's thing is just injuries. Gary Trent, you know, he's been, you know, fairly active, right? He hasn't gotten hurt too many times, which is really good. You know, he played a lot of games last year. I see a lot of good things in Gary Trent. Like I really liked how he played last year. Like he can shoot the three. He's got a good pull up jumper. I feel like he can drive. He knows how to draw a foul for sure. He gets to the rim. He is a good player, man. He's just not having a good season.
He's not, yeah, and that's the thing with him, because like he played 70 games last year, and like I think in the NBA they play like 82, so like that's pretty impressive. Only to miss like 12 of those or approximate like that, like that's pretty good.
Yeah, and a lot of them, I'm pretty sure last year a lot of them were due to actual just general like illness and sickness instead of being injured, right? So that's even more of a reason to, you know, keep him around because he's not an injury magnet.
Yeah,
like, you know, OG, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, right? Because Anthony Davis, he's out too.
Yeah,
again. Man. Like when is the last time Anthony Davis has played even 10, 15 games straight? I don't know the last time, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, Anthony Davis. You know, he's just going downhill, I think. I don't know if age has got to him or like just he's never healthy now. Like he's made of glass. I hate to say it.
Well, I like Anthony Davis, man. I like how he plays. I think he's an amazing player, man. Just can you imagine if he just didn't get hurt? Like even him when he was in, you know, New Orleans and stuff. Like he was amazing, man. He was such a good player, and I still think he's really good. I really think he's still probably in the top 20 players, to be honest, in the league right now. But it's just so unfortunate, man. He's like Kawhi, where it's like, you know, the dude's so good, but he just doesn't play.
Somebody in the comments said AD has gone downhill since he got married.
I don't know about that one. I didn't even know he was married or he got married or whatever. But hey, maybe he's right. Maybe the dude in the comment is telling the truth there.
Yeah, maybe they're right. But yeah, no, Anthony Davis. Like, would you like him on the Raptors if he was healthy, or?
Oh, that'd be crazy. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would for sure love that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be, in my opinion, man, that might be better than even KD coming to the Raptors, I think.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, except with no injuries, and being able to play, you know, 70-plus games like Gary Trent, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good for sure. Yeah, like you look at the acquisitions, like the Raptors could actually. I think they have the money. Like I think there's cap salary or like their payroll isn't that bad. I don't think. They have a few guys they paid over like a few. They got some inspiring contracts or they got, you know, some high contracts right now. But I still think they could still afford somebody, even if it's for like a 1 or 2 year rental, right? Like try it out and If it doesn't work, then yeah, send him back home. Or
But I mean, like, we did that with Kawhi, and what happened? We won the championship, right? Even though he came for only a year, like that was a memorable, absolutely memorable year where it was full of amazing moments, right? Amazing clutch shots, amazing games from the Raptors. It was in sync, man.
yeah,
Everything was in sync, and we need that type of entertainment. Right now, we're not getting that. We don't have that with this Raptors squad right now. We don't have that entertainment where it's like I want to go home and watch the Raptors
yeah,
every time they play. Like it's just not happening. It's like I don't know, bro. I could probably count the amount of times I watched the Raptors on one hand this season.
Yeah, it sucks for sure. Like they're just not going up. And then maybe that's why, some people say, oh, why don't the Raptors have enough primetime games? Well, I mean, do you really want them on primetime, like when they're playing like this? Like, yeah, maybe once in a while, but not every time. Like, put good teams that are on there. They deserve to be there, not us.
Yeah, we don't deserve to be on primetime for sure right now.
Another guy, I just seen him on the Knicks there. He's not playing today. He used to be with the Raptors, Mahailu. I don't know if you remember him there.
Oh, yes, SV.
Yeah, SV. I don't know why we got rid of him too. That's another guy. And Yuta. How about Yuta Watanabe?
Oh, yeah. Well, those guys are really kind of hard to talk about because, well, let's go with SV first.
Yeah.
He honestly, he didn't get enough time.
No.
Like he didn't get enough time to, like, he's kind of like that Malachi Flynn type where it's like, he might have potential, but you don't really know.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been a starter. He hasn't been like on the court a lot of the time. So that's him. I can't say too much about what happened with him, but Watanabe, I would say like, when he came to the Raptors, I was pretty excited. I was like, hey, this guy's pretty decent. I saw him on Memphis and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then, I started watching him. I still thought he was okay, but then, the last season he played for the Raptors, when he started off decent, he had decent minutes, I remember, and then it just died off because nothing was clicking for him, and his minutes died off until you just didn't see him, and then it was like he's not a Raptor anymore, and it's like, wow, like that was quick.
Yeah, and another guy I want to mention is Matt Thomas. Do you think he had potential when he was here?
That's a guy that I can say that I genuinely believe he did. I really think that Matt Thomas was a really good player. I really think he was one of those guys who, when he shot the three, like you thought it was going in. Like it was like, yep, it's gonna go in. Like he was. I think he would like. I don't know why the Raptors got rid of him. I think he's a really good player.
Yeah, that guy for sure. Like I liked him because he could always shoot the three in the corner, and like that's when you needed a bucket. You could sort of like a little bit rely on him coming off the bench, and like our bench this year, like all you really got out there, it's like you got Boucher, Flynn. Like I don't know. Do you think Flynn needs more minutes in the G League or just play him, just run him out?
Well, I think when Fred isn't doing it in like, a half, I think bench Fred and play Flynn and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because like we haven't given Flynn the opportunities that I think he's earned opportunities by now. I think he's paid his dues, and I think he deserves to get some more time and to see at least what's going on with him if he can actually, be in the role of like a Kyle Lowry, right?
Yeah.
I think we just haven't seen it yet, and if we don't see it within the next year or two, I think Flynn won't be with us. I think he'll be somewhere else.
I think so too. And then how about Banton? Do you like him coming off the bench? Or I know he started too a few games this year.
Well, he's a tough one too, man. He's, as I said, man, some days he's kind of like Ken Burke, where it's like some days you think like this guy belongs on the team, and then other days you're like I don't care. Like he could leave, and I just wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Right. So, but Matt Thomas, man, like I really think the Raptors are going to be shooting themselves in the foot for that one. Like
Yeah.
Matt Thomas was very he brought it, man. Like he had good energy. He could shoot the three, which we need. We need
Yeah.
that clutch shooter.
Yeah.
We need that clutch three where it's like if it goes in the corner and he's shooting the ball, freaking 80% of the time it's gonna go in, you know. And with him shooting, like as I said, every time, man, every single time I seen him shoot, it was like I was expecting that to go in. You know,
Yeah.
with a lot of these guys, when they shoot, you're like, it's probably not going in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's just some guys who you're like, he's got that touch, man. He's got that magic touch for the three ball or whatever, right? So
Yeah. No, that is the thing for the Raptors, and they don't have like the chemistry. Not the chemistry. I'm using the wrong word. They don't have like a guy that's just locked in and like loaded, like you said, like somebody off the bench that can bring energy, like
saying like that automatic
Yeah.
type thing, right? Like, there's quite a few Raptors from the past who I would have really wanted back, man. Like, even Terrence Davis, man. I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a really good player too.
Yeah.
I really think, man. I really think that he was something good as well. He had a lot of potential, and I really believe that he had a good basketball physique.
Yeah.
He was explosive. He could drive. He could shoot pretty well.
Mhm.
Like I really believe that he's another one that got away for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you think him now being with Sacramento that like they're gonna use him properly, or like do you see him having success?
I hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
Sacramento's not, they're not like the worst, but they're not good, right?
Yeah.
So I believe he's going to get a decent amount of minutes. Yeah, I'm looking at his highlights right now.
Yeah.
28 points versus LA last year, 17 points here, 23 points here. Like I believe that he is going to be, one of them better players in a couple of years when you say, hey, who's your top this many players on this team? Your top two players on this team, top two players on this team. And you'll be able to say Terrence Davis is one of your favorites on Sacramento or wherever he ends up.
Yeah. No, that is true because like I really liked him. I thought he had chemistry and he was good. Like he's shooting 44 this year with Sacramento, so a little bit down, but it's not bad because he's probably coming off the bench there with him. So
yeah, exactly. You don't want. Well, I don't know how many minutes he's getting per game.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it's. He's not starting. Right?
No,
So,
he's not starting. But I think because when we played Sacramento, I missed that game, and I think he did play against us, and that was another team you should have lost to, Sacramento. Now, but then they got some superstars over there now. So
yeah. There's just a few that got away from the Raptors, man.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate.
It is.
Because when you look at these guys now, it's like, man, do we need those guys we let go, right?
Yeah, no, that is the thing. And Jeremy, he just popped in the chat. He's a Knicks fan here, so good luck tonight. Obviously, it's back and forth tonight with the Knicks. RJ Barrett would be nice, but I don't think the Knicks would trade him away. Miles Turner, do you think he's gonna get on the trade block this year? Every year there's always rumors, but nothing happens with the Pacers.
Oh, we got Miles Turner from the Pacers. Yep, he oh man, there was such a big rumor the other year about him coming to the Raptors. I think it was just last year actually. That we were gonna get him. He is an elite rim protector. He is very, very, very good at that.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, man. He's 6'11", 250 pounds.
Yeah.
So he's got some frame to him. He's got, as I said, nice size.
Yeah, he'd be good.
They're wasting his talent on Indiana, to be honest. But who knows? As you said, like Indiana's not terrible this year, which is good for them.
Good for them, yeah, for sure. How about
they do have Tyrese Halliburton, which that's an amazing pickup.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for sure. Oshae Brissett, do you miss him? Another former Raptor.
Oh, I remember him, but I forget which team he's on now.
Pacers now.
Oh yeah, he is. Well, I don't really miss him that much. He didn't really show too much, honestly. When he was on our team, at least I don't think he really showed too much.
Yeah, he only averages like when he was with the Raptors, 1.9 points. So yeah, put that up to 2. But this year with the Pacers, he's averaging 5.9. So maybe he's getting more time down there. And that's the thing I think. That's the thing how it is with every player. Like, if Nurse didn't run his starters, do you think like we would be maybe not in this problem right now, or does he just like giving the guys more minutes?
Well, with how things are going right now, it's tough to say because like the bench also isn't. I don't think our bench is the answer.
No.
Like we don't have our guys, man. Like Gary Trent's out right now. Precious has been out for what, 2 months?
Yeah, Precious.
Like, something like that. Like I don't know what's up with him, but he's been out for a while.
Yeah. Do you think we won that trade though? Like still for Lowry or that's debatable?
Which trade was that one?
That was when they gave us no. That was Achua, Lowry, and let's see. Lowry was a free agent, but I mean, it was Achua was in the package. Oh, he's no longer with us. Like he's way gone. What's his face? He was on the Bulls last time I remember him. Dragic. That's when we had Dragic and Achua.
Yeah. Honestly, pretty happy that dude's gone. He's a decent player, but with his attitude, like, get him out of here, you know?
Yeah. No, I did not care for Dragic.
Like, screw that guy. It's so funny. It's so funny how he said he wanted to play for a contender.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the Nets and they get destroyed. And then he leaves them to go play in Chicago.
Yeah.
And Chicago's not even doing good right now.
No. Yeah.
So like the joke's on you, bud. But you're not going nowhere. You're not winning no championship.
Yeah. No, karma got him for sure because like in Toronto, he didn't even want to play here. Like you could tell with his like mind and his actions and even his voice, like he never really wanted to suit up as a Raptor. I thought it was all right, but he's getting up there with age too. And now, like you said, he's injured with Chicago and he's all right, 7.8 points, but he's not in his prime. Like he was in his prime way long ago, I thought.
Yeah, screw that guy.
So I think we moved on from him. Achua now on the other end, I think Achua's got potential, but with the injuries now, right?
I mean, him compared to what the rest of the team is doing, like he's been a bright spot. I feel like in the Raptors,
he is.
Achua's been bringing it when he gets aggressive and he drives to the rim. Not a lot of people are going to stop him, man.
No.
Like when he gets that confidence and he drives, he's a wrecking ball, man. You get in front of him and you're going down.
Yeah, he's pissed. Like he drives and he plays with good aggressiveness and good power. So that's what I like about him. And it's just too bad he's like dealing with his injuries. I don't think he's like because last year he played like 73 games with us, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, he played a lot.
So that's what's good about Achua, I'd say. I mean, Miami, we might have fleeced them, hey, like in that one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I always say this that Miami, they got too many like decent players to the point where like their roster is like overflowing, man.
It is.
Like they got Gimme, Bam, Duncan, Hero, Lowry. Who else do they got? They got a bunch of dudes, man. Like their roster is just like overflowing with talent.
Yeah, for sure. Like, do you think they're in your mind like a championship team or not with that roster?
It's so hard to tell, man. Like, Yeah, like this is the list right now. You know, you got Jimmy, Bam, Duncan, and then you got Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, Oladipo, Deadman, and then, Max Strus.
Yeah.
And that's like overflowing with decent players and stuff. Miami is a team that like they could do it, but it's just like a matter of like, is it really possible? I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think so with this team. This team might just have to get blown up, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. Like that would be okay if the Raptors made a trade, maybe with Miami. You never know, right?
Yeah. As I said, they like it would be amazing to see Jimmy Butler lead a team to a championship,
Yeah.
but like him as a star player, um, sometimes he doesn't play good. Like I'm a fan, man. I am a fan
Yeah.
of Jimmy Butler, but
Yeah.
I'm just being a realist, man. Sometimes he's off, and
Yes.
in a 7-game series against whoever, Warriors or Memphis or whoever it's gonna be, I just don't know how they're gonna stack up. Like they're kind of like the Nuggets. Like you kind of don't know if they're gonna take it to the next level. Like they got a really good roster, but it's like do they have the pieces to fit the puzzle kind of thing?
Yeah. No, like I agree here. I know Raptors got a 5-point lead here going into the fourth quarter. So, like, if they can actually hold on to this game, that'd be great. Snap that 6-game winning or losing streak. Who is it? I seen on SportsCenter one of the tickers today. Somebody's on like an 8-game winning streak. I couldn't remember who it was, but there's a lot of good teams out there.
Streak? Is that what you said?
I think it was an 8-game win streak. I thought. I'm not sure who exactly it was. It's the Knicks. Yeah, it's the Knicks right now. We're playing them.
Wow.
So
Very good.
it's a shocker though. Like the NBA can change. Like I think if the Raptors maybe finish off their schedule this year until they go into 2023. I know it's tough, but I mean, do you think if we break down like the schedule here going up to 30th, do you see a win against Cleveland or is that an L?
Are they playing in Cleveland there?
They are playing in Cleveland. Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird because I didn't expect Cleveland to be as good as they are this year. So if I were to say that I think the Raptors are going to win in that environment against how these guys are playing right now, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it seems that like Mitchell and Garland are just like they're playing. It's so weird because if you look at their roster, like it doesn't even look like a very good roster.
No.
Like they got Kevin Love, who hasn't played good since like what 2017.
Yeah.
2018. Like he hasn't played like like when LeBron was on the Cavs. Him and LeBron were amazing with Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
But then they have Ricky Rubio, which he is getting up there in age. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's 32. He's not in his prime or anything like that. They do have Jared Allen, which is really good for them. He's only 24 years old.
Yeah.
Center, right? So that's good. And then they got a couple younger guys. Obviously, Garland's only 22, which is nice for them.
Yeah.
I do like them picking up Karis LeVert. I think he's a really good player. And then Evan Mobley, obviously 21 years old, young guy. So actually, it don't look as bad as I thought it was, but I still don't think they should be playing this good, 21-11, right? So
yeah. So you got the Raptors losing that game then, I guess, versus the Cavs?
I do have them losing that game against the Cavs.
Okay.
Just because, like, looking now at their roster, like, I really did, like, before I thought, they didn't have a really good roster. But now that I look at it, it ain't bad. Like, I can see why they're winning games.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, right? So then I guess after that, how do you see them surviving against the Clippers on that Tuesday, I guess?
Oh man, I think it all depends on who plays with the Clippers, right? Like if the Clippers and if Kawhi plays, Paul George plays, like man, you don't even know who's playing with the Clippers. If you've seen,
Sure.
I've been paying attention to their schedule and who's been playing and some of the Clipper highlights and stuff, and it'll be like Paul George is playing, John Wall's playing, Norman Powell's playing, but no Kawhi.
No
And other
Kawhi.
days it'll be like Kawhi's playing, but no Paul George and no John Wall. And it's like, man, like, are these guys ever gonna be healthy at the same time? Like all three of them at the same time?
Yeah.
Like
No.
I don't know, man. And as we were talking about earlier, kind of hard to build team chemistry and to get a really nice foundation, especially for them Clippers.
Yeah.
Because those Clippers have a lot of potential and they have a big shot at winning a championship soon.
Yeah.
So it's very unfortunate that they're not all getting together and really falling out with each other.
Yeah, I agree. For sure. That's so what do you say? Is that a W or is that an L against the Clippers when you break that down? That game?
Man, is that one in LA too?
It's in Toronto.
Oh, that one's in Toronto. I think it'll be a tight game, but I think that the Clippers will pick up that one too.
All right.
I think it'll be within probably like 5 or 10 points, but I think that if one of those three play or whatever, I still think Clippers are picking up the win. Honestly.
All right. Now we break down versus Memphis that Thursday night, 6:30 at home. How do you feel about that matchup?
Oh, it's hard, man, because Memphis, like, they play good most of the time, but I don't know when it was. It was recently when Memphis was just getting killed by someone. I don't know what team it was, but they showed that they have some weakness, man. I think it was against the Warriors the other day, maybe, and they showed that they do have some soft spots and they do have some stuff they need to work on. When John Morant isn't playing up to standard, and Desmond Bane's not hitting too many shots. In my opinion, they're not a very good team if those guys aren't hitting their shots because they are the bread and butter of that team. Desmond Bane, he is a very good player, man. He hits his shots like lights out, man. Same as John Morant. Obviously, he gets his own. Um, Overall, I think I'm picking the Raptors for this one though, just because I have seen some cracks in Memphis, and I think the Raptors, when they play like they're the Raptors,
Yeah.
they can really turn some heads, and I think they will win against Memphis because I do see some cracks in Memphis for sure.
Yes, that would be for sure, especially after like having them if they do fall 2 games, because that would definitely hurt going on another slide. How about Phoenix now on the other end, the Suns?
Is that one here?
Yeah,
Or
it's home.
away?
It's home, so
It's home.
yeah.
Well, I would love if the Raptors won against the Suns because I don't like Devin Booker that much. I think he's a scum. He likes to trash talk people, and I think he got what he deserved when Luka eliminated them and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Honestly, that was the highlight of the season last year when they beat the Suns and eliminated them. Oh, yeah. I love that.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
When they were up by whatever they were up by something crazy. It was like 30 or 40 points.
Yeah,
man, that made my day. I do not like the Suns, man. I really hope the Raptors pick it up. Actually, I like a couple people on the Suns. I like Chris Paul. That's one of them.
Yeah.
And actually, I only made like one person on the Suns. I do not like that team, man.
No.
Let's check it out. Suns roster here. Let's see which guys I like.
See who they still have over there.
Yeah, so I like. Actually, I could say I like 3 people. I could say I like Bismack Biyombo, I
Yeah.
like Chris Paul, and I like Torrey Craig. Everyone else I don't really care for. I think Jay Crowder is a little overrated. I think he's kind of mediocre. Everyone else is meh. You know, I think they're kind of full of themselves, though, honestly. And I think it's really good that Dallas put them in their place last year. I don't want the Suns to go anywhere, man. I don't like that team.
No. They're cocky too. I don't know like how much around their fan base too, but like some people I know online, they taught so much shit, and then like last year, it got to them. So and then you don't see them for a while. It's like wow, it's like they're hibernating because they have to admit it, unfortunately.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, like I'd love to see another like W there, like going into the new year on the 30th. Like that'd be great. You win those two, and I think you'd be satisfied. Like you go 2-2, going like, and especially if you win this Knicks game tonight, then that'd be 3-2. That's not too bad going into a new year.
Well, with how the season's going, that'd be good, man. That'd be really optimal, I think.
So that would definitely help.
Those teams are tough, man. Those teams are tough. Like you cannot predict.
No.
Every outcome of that 4 or 5 game stretch there.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. And like, do you like how they did the NBA schedule this year? Like a lot of like back-to-backs with the same team. Like, were you a fan of that, or do you like how they had it
Not
years
at all.
before?
Not at all. No, I did not enjoy watching the Raptors play the Magic.
Yeah.
3 times or whatever, how many times it was in like a span of 3 or 4 weeks. That was not fun.
Yeah.
Like I do not like those back-to-back games like that.
Yeah. No, I don't like it either. I think they're starting to turn it into like baseball, sort of like where like you play a series, and so I think that's how they want to do the NBA. But I just don't like it. Like I'm not a fan of it. I don't know like what the NBA really thinks of it, like television rights or whatever ratings. I don't know, but it's weird. And like before, how it was is like, and then sometimes the Raptors had like more days off than other months. So I don't know. I feel like they're pushing more games in their schedule too. But I think we had one of the toughest schedules this year. Like when it came out, what do you think?
I don't look at the schedule too much, but based on what you're telling me, like, yeah, I would say. But I mean, as a team that most people projected to be, like, I think most NBA fans who actually watched the game would have projected the Raptors to be 5th or 6th seed.
Yeah.
And like, we can still get there, but like, as of now, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
End up in there.
Yeah. Siakam got 43 though tonight, and if you look at his shooting right now, in the game, his percentage right now, he is obviously sitting out right now, but he's 16 for 23, so he's playing pretty good right now. So
very good. 16 for 23, 43 points. That's solid.
Yeah, man. That's another solid direction. So he's moving in direction. Yes, like he is moving better. Now Fred on the other end, like talking about him tonight, lots 20 points. He's 8 for 16. So if you
not bad, but I mean, would like to see those numbers up, right?
Yeah,
shooting percentage up a little bit more.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
around that 60-65% would be really good for Fred.
Yeah, because right now I'm just looking at it, and they're saying the Raptors are shooting just 50% right now, like as a whole team, and they got 96 points in the fourth quarter. So like all together.
Yeah, I believe that. For sure.
Yeah, it's like they shoot maybe 45, 50. Like I don't know, they just can't shoot the best. And now Pascal's coming back in with 7 minutes. So they just took Boucher out.
Well, hopefully he gets his 50.
Yeah, I mean he's got a shot at it. Like 7:36 left. I think Twitter would be bouncing if he gets his 50 tonight for sure. People
People
will be
would be
talking
going
all
nuts.
about it. So
Hopefully he gets that 50 and that really rallies the Raptors to start playing better and lighting that fire under their ass, hey?
yeah. So I don't know, what do you think about this right now? So they got Pascal out there. They have Thaddeus Young. They have Malachi Flynn. They have Fred VanVleet and OG Anunoby. So like, I guess they're running a few guards out there, right? No center really. I guess maybe Young.
I mean, they've done that.
Yeah.
They do that stuff before, right? Like they've definitely done that where they've ran two smaller guys, and it seems like it's okay right now because the Knicks are currently
Yeah.
running two smaller as well, right? With Quickly and Brunson there.
Yeah. Do you like the small ball though? Like, do you think it would work the whole year?
Do I like the small ball? I don't think so. I think I like when we got more, more of that size on the court. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like when we got Gary Trent out there, right,
Yeah.
instead of one of the smaller guys.
Yeah.
I feel like even though we haven't used the length the best, that it is still a big it's a good asset that we do have.
It is
Because
for sure.
look at how Milwaukee used that, even a couple of years ago with their big lineup. Like that was scary.
Yeah.
Like every guy was like 6'8" and above. It was just like crazy.
Yeah, that's true. And I think they're still doing that right now. Like Milwaukee, they're still running that.
Yeah. They're still a big team like that.
They're a big team. So like, I know in the playoffs maybe we could be lacking size, but I mean if you get there, you get there, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is for sure.
Yeah, it happens. So like, there's some slumps still. I think like I definitely still see some holes in this Raptors squad. Do you or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
As I said, man, like if I was the GM or whatever, like based on what's going on right now, 30 games in or whatever it is, 30 plus games in, like we're not looking good at all. And the standard that we hold as a Raptors fan base, especially because we just won in 2019, now we know we can win. We know we have pieces to win.
Yeah.
We just need to make that big move like we did in 2019, even though we sacrificed DeMar to get the championship.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's about in the end, man. It's not about like, oh, Raptors are decent, let's just hope they get better over the years.
No.
Nah, like we want stuff immediately as, human beings. We want stuff now. We need it now.
Yeah. And like this guy comes in, I'm not sure if he's a Raptors fan or what, Jay, but he thinks that like maybe what I put on the stream, the title, but everybody thinks that like we criticize the team, but the way they've been playing, I think we have to, right?
Well, I mean, you got to be critical of a team who just won a championship in 2019. Like we're gonna have a pretty high standard for our team, and when we're paying guys these crazy contracts and they're just not, they're not doing it for our team. What are we supposed to say? Are we supposed to say, "Oh, good, we're paying, whoever 4 years, $200 million, and they're doing nothing for us"? Like, are we supposed to be happy about that, or are we supposed to be like, pick it up? Like we just won in 2019. Like we should be up there, man. We're not supposed to be a 10th seed.
No, we're not. And if Nick Nurse isn't the right coach, who do you think is the right coach then?
Who do I think is the right coach for the Raptors, man? That's one thing I have never even thought about. Like, obviously, there's a few good coaches, but like, who's the next head coach for Toronto? Bro?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't even I couldn't even give you an answer at all in that question.
No. Do you miss Casey or not?
I mean, he definitely seemed like a really good coach.
Yeah.
Definitely did. And I mean, obviously he's having bad luck in Detroit, right? Just he hasn't gotten nothing going in what?
No.
How many years has it been? 4 4 years since he's been in Toronto or something like that. So like, I mean, he might be a good coach, but man, like when your team like Detroit is down bad like that every year, man, like I don't know if you'd even bring him back.
Yeah, that's the thing. And like I remember every time we play Casey too, he always beats us. And I think finally we snapped that this year. I think it was like the last game of the series and we finally beat them. So I don't know like why we could never beat Casey, if it was just we're still running the same playbook or what. Or he just knows us, right? I guess from being there his whole time.
Yeah, maybe that's just karma. For sending him away.
Yeah, it could be, right? Like, they don't have a good squad over there in Detroit, but every year it seems like we fall to them. And like that's another squad you shouldn't be losing to. I'm all right if you like, yeah, you're gonna dump one, but you shouldn't be dumping a lot of games to terrible teams. Yeah, once in a while your team's just sluggish or tired, especially if you're on a road trip. But if you're always losing to bad teams, then yeah, you got an issue for sure. And like the Knicks aren't giving up here. I mean, they're only down by 3 again. Like they're battling back. It's like they got the drive in them, I think, for sure. This Knicks team.
I told you, they got hunger, man. Like they, as I said, like RJ Barrett, Quickly's, I think he's a good player too. Even though sometimes he doesn't show too much because he doesn't get the ball as much as the superstars or the guys who got more experience, like Randall. Yeah. Randall, I think, is a very good player too. Lakers obviously fucked up on that one. Yeah, sure. I think the Knicks are looking up, which is really nice to see because they've been horrible for years, right? So yeah, it's good they're finally getting something going. Yeah, the Knicks, it's good for them, especially for their fan base because they were in the bottom there, and once they got those pieces, they're building around that team now. And do you think Tom Thibodeau's not a bad coach over there too? Like, I mean, it's hard to say when he got fired from the Timberwolves, right? Yeah. Nothing was working out there. That was a whole on with that team. Like, I couldn't tell you if that dude's a good coach or not, man. Like, there was just so much stuff going on with that team that one year. Yeah. It's ridiculous. It is. Yeah. Yeah, what's up? Hey? Raptors down. Or no, Raptors up 5. No. Yeah, Raptors up 5 here, 101.98 there. So, here. Going back and forth. Hopefully we can pull it out, eh? I hope so. It'd be nice for sure to finish this. So, yeah, finish it up. Got Raphael in the chat. But no, like, these Raptor tots, like, I was just thinking about them and, like, I'm not sure, like, I want to do more of these, right? But, like, the thing is, it's so hard to find a lot of Raptor fans, right? Yeah, well, I mean, do it consistently and it'll come around. It will come around. And, like, if, I don't know, like, who else still watches the Raptors, like, I don't know who else, like, follows them. But I just send them either a quick message and see if they want to come on. So it'd be good, like, if we do, like, a episode, maybe, like, at different Raptor fans. Or even, like, watch parties. I don't know. Like, what everybody's schedule looks like. But I just thought, why not try something new? And if it looks good on the views, then sure. For sure. I mean, the thing is like, you always gotta keep trying. If you like doing stuff like this, you always gotta keep trying, and eventually stuff will grow.
Yeah.
Like no, some people get lucky after a year and their channel gets relatively big, and other people gotta put in that work for 5, 10 years, and
Yeah.
then views slowly come and people slowly start getting interested in your channel and stuff, and you got to expand out a little bit the different things, which is
Yeah.
good that you expand out to multiple different sports, because then you get more people tuning in, because it's like, oh, some people like the Riders, some people
Yeah.
like Toronto, some people like NFL, some people like Olympics or whatever, right? So
Yeah. It's like whatever. And then well, talk like how you brought up the Rodgers this year. They got some big problems, I think, over there too. What do you think?
yeah, well, the man, like, I don't know, it was awesome. Like, I really, besides the Riders not doing too well, I really enjoyed the CFL this year.
Yeah.
I will be the first one to admit that, man. The CFL is very good this year, especially with the outcome of what happened with Toronto beating Winnipeg. That was awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. I did not want Winnipeg to three-peat, man.
No.
Especially here, you would never hear the end of it from the Palmer fans, man.
Oh yeah. It'd be bad for sure.
Especially with them in the Riders in the home locker room. The
Yeah.
Winnipeg was in our home locker room. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, if they would have won, man, like any person from Regina or Saskatchewan could never step a foot into that Winnipeg. What is it? IP Field could never go there, man.
Yeah.
Just get flamed.
Well, I was telling like a lot of people, like I don't know if it actually happened, but I was saying if like since Winnipeg lost, I wondered if they trashed our dressing room, like how pissed they were. But I think they're better than that, honestly.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Like yeah. Um, in the Grey Cup though, it was unreal. Like it was back and forth, right?
Oh yeah, man. I remember I was driving back from Saskatoon, and I was just trying to listen to what was going on, and people were giving me updates, and it was so intense. I was just
Yeah.
like, "Holy cow, this is awesome!"
Yeah. So no, I think with the Rough Riders though, maybe they'll need I don't know, maybe a quarterback and some online. I don't know.
Man, the only thing I'm gonna say on this, because I've said it 100 times before,
Yeah.
is just make that O line good, man, and see what happens. I think you run it back with Cody,
Yeah.
just because, like, give him a O line and see what happens. And guess what? If nothing happens, well, whatever. I say do what you want with him. Trade him, like, freaking tell him to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Tell him anything, but give him another shot with a good O line. See,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if he had the O line of Winnipeg, Calgary,
Yeah.
those teams who got that, nice crisp O line, you're not telling me that they don't play way better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without him getting hurried and rushed and all this stuff, and they're always saying, oh, Cody does his little dance and then he tries to run away and blah blah blah. Well, if he got protection, maybe he wouldn't have to dance around like that all the time.
That's true, yeah. And like I knew Riders always were gonna have a quarterback issue. Like once the Durant days, like we were trying to find a good quarterback, and I think we went through like how many? It's unreal with that management, but hopefully it gets up. And a matter of fact, because this year was not their year, and they have some good athletes up and coming. I think like guys possibly going to the NFL too, or some free agents they might lose.
Oh yeah, what's his name? I think was trying out for some NFL teams.
That BC Lions quarterback.
Baker, was it? Oh, I thought I saw Kean Schaefer Baker.
Oh yeah, Schaefer Baker. Yeah, I heard that too. Schaefer Baker. He'd be good in the NFL.
Well, I thought he was wasn't he? Yeah, it says right here, Riders receiver Schaefer Baker working out for Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh wow. Jeez. Yeah, that would be
And
something.
Minnesota too. 2 days ago, working out for Minnesota Vikings.
Wow. And then how about that Nathan Rourke guy on BC?
Well, honestly, I think if he can hit at that NFL and get his money, man, why not, right? Like
Yep.
that's every guy's dream is to get that money and live your best life. So if that's what he's gonna do, and if that's what he can do, then hey, go make that bag, right?
Yeah, that would be good for sure to give him a chance because I don't think BC could afford him anymore. Like I wish he'd be in the league, but you never know. It depends how he makes it with these NFL teams, and hopefully everything goes best his way. But somebody would take him, I think, because that guy's
Yeah,
talented. Like he's got potential, like talent in the bag for sure. And like it would have been nice to see BC, but just too bad they couldn't be. I think a lot of pressure for him, right, against Winnipeg there.
yeah, man. He just didn't have the. He just got razzed there. I think he really just got freaked out kind of in that big moment. Um, and that's what I kind of thought that was going to happen. Honestly,
Yeah,
if Calgary should have, you know, obviously pulled Mayer and
yeah,
put Bo Levi in way sooner, or started Bo Levi, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Maybe we would be talking about Calgary playing Winnipeg instead of BC playing
Yeah,
Winnipeg. And
BC. That
who
would have
knows
been
about that
something.
outcome, man? What would happen? No one
Yeah.
knows.
Nobody will know. And then it's just hit a 3, but I'm not sure if it's counting. 106, 102.
Yeah, 106, 102.
A minute 27. So, but
Yeah, 127 on the clock.
oh, it looks like Raptors just got a foul there. So I guess the basket didn't count, which is odd. But inbound. Yeah, honestly, calling Raptor games like they're fun because like I remember when I used to do them last year, but like with the time now, like that's why I just don't do those YouTube shorts. I don't know, like when I can, I'll do a recap on the game, and so I was like, try that, see how that works out. Because yeah, calling games are fun.
The shorts, oh, dude.
Yeah,
Honestly, if I did anything, I would do the shorts.
yeah,
Or I would do a lot of them because those
yeah,
are taking off so much. If you look at YouTube Reels or Shorts, whatever you want to call them,
yeah,
man, those get so many views. Like if one of yours catches on, like dude,
yeah.
if you think about it, that's the best way because no
It
one,
is.
some people don't have the time to watch a 10, 20, 30
Yeah,
minute video or whatever, right?
yeah,
So if it's just a little simple thing, it's like okay, I can watch that, right? Like I got time for
yeah.
a 10-second video.
So yeah, those definitely do help because that'd be great to keep the channel rolling. And yeah, like you said, one gets
Yep.
off, boom, they all could get going.
Yeah, keep the channel growing if you're not doing bigger uploads and stuff for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I know like once in a while it's all right to like pull a live stream, just like, break down the Raptor season. And like I know like I wanted to do with like another guy too. I don't know
Yeah,
if we'll run it back. Like we'll see, just because like we're not even like we're 13 and 18 like in the schedule.
yeah,
So I know I was looking at like a pre a pre like a pre-record, but going through all the games like you said, that'd be tough too because you just never know and then once the rosters are built, like you got to do that maybe right after preseason, but it's still hard to predict, especially on 4 games just now like that you don't know. So
yeah,
it's fun like to break them down because like not too many people like do that. Or I guess you could get like call-in shows going, but like I tried that. That's what I tried. Like Raptor call-in shows, like after the after the games, I used to try that, run that up on Skype or whatever, or Discord or whatever people use, or like even a phone number, just randomize one for like just a random one and like see if that works. But not too many people call in. Like I know that's more like sports cage. You could let that up, but I think once you just call the game, just call the game. But I like hearing other people's opinions, right? Because like I get mine, but I guess that's why I got the chat too.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
yeah, Pascal got
As long as
48
that,
here, 48 points.
oh
So
yeah.
there we
As long
go.
as that chat's popping, man, that's good.
It's good. So it's good. You got to get the chat popping, and so Raptors got a 110-104 lead here. So I think they got this one in the bag here. Hopefully they hold on, because that would be good for them. I think snapping that losing streak is big. Oh, and I think Pascal has just hit 51 now.
Maybe.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
There we go, guys.
Pascal with the 51.
That's what he wanted tonight, I think.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he goes. He's hyped. OG site.
Yeah.
Go.
That's good. They needed that victory, honestly. So it's good. And like, not too many people do follow the Raptors. Like, and like someone just said in the comments, they're watching this game. I know it's almost over, but this probably would have been a good game to watch with people, or even like in Discord, like just stream the game up there and like see if anybody else comes in, because that's good. Like if it's your team, then yeah, you'll get Raptor fans. But yeah, looks like the Raptors.
Well, it's always good to talk about the NBA as a whole, because then everyone can kind of get in on their team and whatever, right? Because remember, people were talking about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
And, a couple other teams. So
yeah, Spurs. So it's always good to hear different story sides from other people, but it's good. The Raptors just won 113-106. That's final. That's a big dub for the guys. They needed that one. They're probably gonna give it to Pascal. Like, I think he had, what did he have for rebounds here? I don't think he had a double. I think he was 9 rebounds. Crap, he needed one more rebound and he would have that. Because he had 52 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. So GG. So I know.
Yeah, GG's in the chat.
GG's to all the Raptor fans and the Nuggets. That's one of the highest scoring performances in the Raptors history. Fred VanVleet had 54 against, I'm not sure who, but it was February 2021. And then DeRozan, he just passed 52. Vince Carter and Terrence Ross. So good for him. That's a big ladder to climb.
He was balling, man. 68 field goal percentage.
Wow.
17 of 25. Not bad.
Not bad, yeah. And the team shot 44.7, but hey, it's a victory. I'm not complaining. So.
Well, that's because Scotty Barnes was 1 of 10, man.
Yeah. Scotty was off.
Like a
Too bad Scotty didn't have a good game. I don't know. Scotty's been going like hot and cold. Like this Raptors team is hot and cold. Even players, not just the team, but everybody.
Oh man, that's a decent ass win, man. Especially when RJ Barrett and Julius Randle got 30 apiece.
Yeah.
On decent shooting there too.
It's good to beat those guys. So you got them 3 more times. It'd be nice to take 3 at least against them. But I think Toronto's happy for this one tonight. 9 points.
Hopefully this turns the tide, man, and hopefully this will be the beginning of a good run for Toronto.
Yeah, I definitely think it is. So, but since the game's all over and done with, I'll give you your final comments and thoughts. Recap the talk or the game, whatever you want, and then we can shut down the stream tonight. So
wrap it up a little bit.
Wrap it up.
I'm down with that. It's getting a little bit late.
A little bit.
All I gotta say is it was nice to come on a little podcast. Talk about some sports. I'm always down to do that. I like sports. One of the passions that I got. I think Toronto should pull what the Celtics did last year, where it looked like the Celtics were down bad, and then all of a sudden Celtics came out of nowhere and they were like up top, and it was like, oh my god, the Celtics went on a crazy run. Hopefully that happens with Toronto this year. But in the event that it doesn't, look out for some trades.
Yeah.
And yeah, best to the Raptors and best to the Jeff and the Zone channel.
So yeah, and if any followers or subscribers, where can they catch you at now if they want to follow you or try to get to know your sports? Where could they hit you up?
Honestly, man, I'll probably just be back on this podcast, man, and we can run it back.
All right. Yeah, if you have any social media out there or whatever, channels, whatever, just DM. But you can always hit me up on the Twitter, the Instagram, the main ones.
Hit him with a follow.
YouTube.
Hit him with the sub button and everything.
The sub.
You already know. Get him to 1,000 subs. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
He's been working for what? How many years? 2 or 3, 4, 5 years?
Yeah.
Channel.
It's been on like that. So honestly, yeah, if anybody ever feels free and wants to do like something like this or a little podcast, break down your sports, whatever, if we have any connections or if we even like go up, we could even do like Raptors and Sixers and like get some hot takes from them or any NBA teams or not NBA, all sports. So if you guys want to ever just shoot me.
Man. Anyone wants to come on and talk sports, man? Talk NBA? Why not, man? The more people, the better, eh?
That'd be better, and we could even run it up on like if we're doing it in a Discord. I could even get like a well, I got right now a server, but like if we wanted to all be in a VC at one time, just lock it and only allow certain people in it, could always record that up. Or I don't know, like I'm not into that like pre-recording stuff. Like I just prefer doing it all live.
Oh yeah, gotta do it live, man. That's how it is.
Live. You never know.
That chat.
I never did it, and I prefer it like with chats. So that's why I like doing it live. But
chat's gotta keep you entertained. Gotta give the people some questions.
But
that's how it goes.
Yeah, if anybody else is around in the chat or listening right now, or Christmas is around the corner, so if I don't talk to any of you guys, till the new year or after Christmas, Merry Christmas to everybody. And we're all busy, but time is flying by. So we need to talk about the Patriots live. Well, yeah, if the Broncos or anybody ever plays, but yeah, consider that. And so, thanks again for having my guest on tonight, Austin, and local guy. So any Raptor fans you guys know, shoot me a text or let them shoot me a text. And we'll see you in the next live stream, video, short, whatever you want to call it. But it's been a pleasure having you on again. And feel free to hop on the podcast if you ever want again. Just let me know what your schedule is. And I'll probably end it from there. But thank you again, guys. I'm just going to do my closing video here for everybody. It's been a pleasure. Good night, everybody. Take care and stay safe. And peace. Go Raptors. Big W tonight.